Hello and welcome. So today we are going to learn that how to make a organic tileable wooden texture inside Houdini's Copernicus and without even writing a single line of OpenCL code. So uh, for a realistic wooden texture, we want to make a wood-like pattern which looks something like this. And this is an image I got from Google Images. This is a real life reference. So as you can see, it consists of two main details. The first is the wavy-like pattern, and the second is the swirly pattern, which is generated from the natural growth rings. Today I will say a nice trick to make a wood-like pattern quickly, and it will be totally customizable. So open your Houdini instance and jump to it. And now drop down a CopNet anywhere you want. You can drop it inside stage, but I'll do it in object. Call it wood texture will, and then jump inside and drop down a size reference node. This will be useful for controlling the resolution later on. And switch to the composite view window. You can get this window by clicking on this plus button and new pen type, viewers, and composite view. And I also changed the background to dark gray by pressing D and going to the background tab and setting the background color to in dark gray. So drop down a fractal noise node and connect the size reference. And now set the element size to something like 0.2 to 1 with 0.9 and set the contrast to 0.675. We want very high value patches, something like this, and decrease the linearity to 1.5. Oops, 1.5. Drop down a blur node, blur it by a super high value of 0.2, maybe 0.21. This will control how uniform our noise is or how noisy. I'll show you. And drop down another fractal noise node, connect the size reference and also the pause, and set the display flag on it. And also what we want to do on the first noise node, this fractal noise 1 node, is we want to view the per component control. So just click on this XYZ button and set the element scale to 2 and 5. This to 2 and 5. And then as you can see, it looks like this. Now set the noise type to Perlin and set the element size to 0.0442 and this looks nice for starting point, and you can change the blur or the offset of it, anything you want. And as you can see, if we decrease the blur amount, then it gets more noisy, but we want a uniform look, so 0.21 is fine. And then you want to drop down a height to ambient occlusion node and connect it. Set the height scale to 0.2 and increase the sample count as high as you can if you have a good GPU. I just have a Intel iGPU, integrated graphics card, so I will keep it on 20 because it is slow for me. And then blend it with the initial noise and set the mask to 0.3. And this looks nice. Now you want to choose the colors by using a ramp RGB. Connect the size reference and pause, and you have to choose the colors for it. So choose some wooden colors, or what you can do is sample some real life wooden texture color. So like I have this reference, and you can sample it by right clicking on the ramp option, and also it is only available if you have side effects labs installed. So click on this sample screen colors and you can sample it. And I already have a color sample which looks nice, so I'll get it. I'll just pause this recording for a little bit. So these are the set of colors I sampled from a real life image, and as you can see it looks nice. And you can sample these colors if you want to get my results. So just get this tutorial window in the left corner and sample it from this sample screen color option. Sample it from left to right, or you can sample this. So sample it, and now make the side reference and pause. And now what we want to do is apply a gamma. Connect the source and set the gamma value to 1.2. And now you want to drop down a Kuwahara filter node. This will just remove these sharp contrast changes. They don't look that nice. Or if you want to keep them, then you can keep them. Set the radius to 7 and blur scale lower it 0.8. Blend to blur, set it to something like this, and drop the mark to 0.75. And as you can see, it makes it look a little bit blurry, but it will get fixed when we increase the resolution of our texture. So drop down a null and call it out color, and this will be our color. Now we want normals. So take this output of fractal noise 2 node and connect a segment by value. Set the segment count to 4 and drop down a UV map by ID. Connect the ID input, and you have something like this, and we want to blur it. Set the size to blur scale to 0.17, and now you want in the fractal noise node, connect the size reference and the pause with the this blur node output, and you have something like this. Decrease the element size and reveal the per component controls and set it to 0.5 and 8, something like this, and increase the linearity of it a little bit. Now drop down a edge detect, and we want those sharp crevices, so set it to simple and increase the details, maybe 2.5. So as you can see, we want these sharp crevices on our wood as normals, to get some nice details. This is what I like the most. You can use any kind of way you want to extract the uh, normals out of it. And now you can drop down a height to normal and set the height scale to 0.01. We want very small details, and you will see that it will get even better when we increase the resolution of it. Drop down another null and call this out normals. And now I will change the resolution, so I'll pause the video a little bit. So I increased the resolution of it, as you can see, to 4K, and as you can see it has a lot more details now, and the Kuwahara filter is working fine. So we have the normals and they look perfect too. As you can see, they have very nice details, and we have our color. So now we can add tiles to it to make it look even better. So drop down and tile pattern node and connect the size reference and set the pattern type to hopscotch and set the division to 1. And you can also change this inset if you want, but I will keep it on default because I like how this looks. So multiply it with your initial color, multiply background and foreground, and we'll get it imprinted on our color. And you can drop the mask value if you want some color values on these crevices too, but I don't want it, so I will leave it on this. And just to show you that it is completely tileable, I'll drop down a transform 2D node and keep the border to auto. And if I decrease the uniform scale, as you can see, no seams we have. It is completely tailable, so no problems with that. So this will be our color, and we can also output this tile pattern as our displacement for the tiles. So we'll drop down a null and call it out displacement. And now we can go to stage, but first we will copy this out colors path. So Ctrl+C while selecting it, and go to stage. So you can just press N and go to lobes, and then drop down a grid node and switch to scene view and set the background to dark gray. And now we want UVs on it, so set it to XY plane and then set the rows and columns to 100 or maybe 200 and set the size to 2 by 2. Now drop down a UV project node, keep it on orthographic and initialize it, and now you can scale it up to 10 by 10 or even 20 by 20 maybe. Keep it on 15 by 15, and this looks nice. And we also want the normals to face I want it to face this direction too, so just rotate it on the y-axis by 180 degree or you can drop down a inverse node. Name it grid, and drop down a material library node. Clear the autofills and jump inside. Drop down a Karma material builder, and inside it drop down a MPLX PBR texture set and minimize these inputs, and then we want to get these channels by using the OP method. So OP and colon, and then Control plus V, the path we copied, and connect it to the base color, and you will see it applied. It is just showing up because we didn't apply this texture. And then check the normal too. Set the normal map to just copy this, paste it over here, and set it to out normals, and connect the normal to geometry and normal. And now we also want the displacement too, so MPLX image and use the OP method, drag in the displacement, set it to float, and the displacement scale should be 0.005. Now we will change the values on this MPLX standard surface later. Come over here, autofill materials, oops, so clear it and change the name to wood matte autofill materials again, and set it to grid, apply it to grid, and as you can see we have it applied. And turn on the Karma CPU or XPU, and also drop down a render geometry setting, geometry settings, and set the dicing quality. So just scroll down and set the dicing quality to 1.5, or as high as you can set it to, and we have much more quality. And drop down a downlight, and I will use a HDRI I got from Polyheaven. So empty playroom one, you can get it for free from Polyheaven, and as you can see it looks beautiful. I let it render a little bit. Beautiful. And you can change the surface shader, so specular, decrease the amount of specular it has, and increase the roughness, and we will get the low roughness by the coat. So enable coat 0.3, set it on 0.3, and set the roughness to 0.15, and let it initialize. And it is mostly ready. So let me switch CPU and let it initialize. And here we go. So it works. And find a perfect camera view to render something like this, or choose any view. So as you can see, it looks great, and thanks for watching. This is it. You can subscribe my channel and like this video, and bye bye.